Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the fifth and final week of the Tactical Gaming Rainbow Six League Xbox One North America. Right now, we're getting ready to have our top two teams face off on Oregon and Clubhouse. The number one team right now is Bishop Squad. The number two team is Armstrong. They will be going head-to-head tonight to see who's going to finish on top of the league going into the playoffs. We're just waiting for a couple more members to file in here, and then we will get ready to start. So please stand by as we go ahead and get everyone in here, and we're going to get the match started as quickly as possible. So while we're waiting for these members to file in here, Bishop Squad, we'll run down the rosters real quick. Bishop Squad is TG Kainito, TG Pixel, who we're waiting on, Mr. Herposaurus, Warrior 18, Dr. Mamaze. And over here on Armstrong Squad, waiting for TG Lethal Aim, who'll be leading them tonight, along with TG Lobster, TG Tooth Fairy, Paragon Fury, and Official Milk. We've seen these squads before. Last week, in fact, we saw Armstrong defeat Lockdown in a very convincing manner. Bishop Squad also defeated them in Week 1 in a very convincing manner. Both of these squads have done very well in all of their matches. Bishop Squad is currently undefeated on all of their maps so far. They have not dropped a single map. They did go against Ravenshield off-stream last week, who did take them to overtime, which is the closest any squad has gotten to defeating them, but were unable to finish the deal, as Bishop finished them off 6 rounds to 4. Now, Armstrong Squad's looking to change that. If they can, they would have to sweep Bishop Squad tonight, beating them on both maps to take first place into the playoffs that will be starting the weekend after Thanksgiving. So we are waiting here for 2 more members, 1 on each squad. Once they're in here, we'll go ahead and start the match. Again, the first one will be on Oregon. The second match will be on Clubhouse. So please stand by just for a few more seconds, and we'll go ahead and get this started for you. Okay, I do apologize once again for the delay. Just a quick update. One of the members did have to do a hard reset on his Xbox as he was having some connection issues, and one of the other members is having internet issues, so he's restarting his router. So once those guys are all set back in here, we'll go ahead and start up the match. So I do apologize. I appreciate for your patience. There's the member that was restarting his Xbox, so now we're just waiting on one to restart his router, and we'll be all set and ready to go once TG Lethal Aim is able to rejoin us. Alright, we have all of our members back and we are ready to go. First map on Oregon, Armstrong, the blue squad, versus Bishop, the orange squad. Now, Bishop has absolutely been dominating on these two maps, and none of the other squads have seemed to figure out that they should probably ban these maps when it comes time to do so. So hopefully someone's going to learn that lesson, as they seem to be making everybody pay for that mistake week after week. Now, Tooth Fairy was previously a fill-in for Bishop's squad, now moved over as a fill-in for Armstrong. So he does understand how Bishop plays on Oregon and Clubhouse. So hopefully we can see something change here instead of seeing another route. So we are seeing a bit of a different lineup here. We have Thermite, Twitch, IQ, Thatcher, and Ash coming in for the attack. So there's no Sledge, no Capitao, no Blackbeard. So it is interesting to see what they're bringing to the table for that. And let's see. Bishop's going to start once again down here in the basement. Alright, so we've got some pretty standard defenses set up here so far. Be grabbing the hatch there in lobby, and then the hatches, of course, in meeting hall. Now, Kainito is playing Valkyrie this time around. Normally we'll see him playing Jaeger, but that spot's going to be filled by Warrior 18 instead.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
As the Twitch drone's going to come on down here and start clearing some of the devices before it gets taken out. Now there's no pulse here, so IQ's not going to be able to find the pulse. But we already have the thermite going on, as it looks like they're going to do a quick push into B. And the call is going to come that they are, in fact, here, as Kainito's going to hold off the counter here and throw a camera to try to get a look into B. But it's going to get taken out really quick by Tooth Fairy, so he's not going to get as much information as he wanted out of that camera. And we do have Twitch and IQ pushing in from above, but the first shots come rattling past, and Official Milk takes out Mr. Herbosaurus with a very long shot through these doorways here. Now that was the second Twitch drone, so they're both down now. As Twitch is going to start making their way down making her way down these stairs now, and IQ will be joining. So the entire push is coming towards B. As Kainito gets the shots onto Tooth Fairy, taking him down. Pixel also gets the shots onto Lobster, taking out that Twitch. They've got 1 minute left. The C4 comes out, does a little bit of damage to Ash, but not enough to down. And Pixel with a nice headshot onto Paragon. Now we're in a 2v4 situation with 45 seconds left to go. Not looking like a good start for Armstrong. And Bishop's defense on this map is pretty well set. Lethal's going to make a push for the diffuser if they're going to try to get anything going here, but they do have a shotgun there watching that door. And quick shots from Warrior onto Lethal Aim, taking him down. KG pushes in, gets Official Milk, gets down for himself, but is able to secure the round for Bishop Squad, putting them up 1-0. So now we'll get a chance to take a look at what Armstrong's going to set up here for their basement defense, what I can assume will be their basement defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So they are, of course, going to set up here down in basement. Should see some pretty standard defenses set up here. So they're going to go ahead and take off the access to tarp room. And I'm sure all the hatches will get covered as well.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers recover the diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb. Reload! Drone active.
Get behind me!
as Bishop's going to go ahead and start their attack, pushing in through garage. It looks like they're going to be primarily setting up for a push onto A. We do have one here overlooking kitchen to make sure that Thermite's not able to take open that trap door there, as that's a very pivotal thing. If you can stop Thermite from placing that charge, as he is going to get droned out here, but he did not actually see the drone. He should have heard it just there and knows that he's been droned, so he is going to have to rotate out of that spot. So they know that there is, in fact, a roamer up here, so they are going to have to watch that door to make sure he's not going to peek through, as it doesn't look like that's going to be happening anytime soon. Looks like they are going to go ahead and close in on the roamer here as Capitao is pushing from the small tower. And the shots do get onto Blackbeard, taking him low. It looks like they're going to go ahead and reset him, but it actually kills him instead. But the thermite charge does get down and the hatch is going to get opened up, as the Jaeger is also taken out by Pixel. Lobster gets a quick shot onto Warrior, and Herposaurus is able to take out Paragon. Lethal gets a quick shot onto Ash, taking down Doctor. It's looking like a good defense set up here for Armstrong, as Bishop's down to just Thermite and Capitao to finish off their attack.
By attackers.
Of course, as soon as Capitao drops down here, alright, so he does have the incendiary arrow that does put damage. Tooth Fairy comes around and gets Pixel, Lethal takes down Herposaurus, and Armstrong is on the board, and we are tied up at 1 round each. So after each team successfully pulled off a defensive round, they're going to have to move their location to a different round. And it looks like Bishop's going to be going up to Kidstorm, where they'll set up their defense there. Armstrong is switching up this time. They are bringing a Blackbeard to the table, which is much more useful, especially on this bomb site, with the windows that are located on A and B.
Bomb located by attackers. Seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb. Changing max!
Let's see. Kind of getting some last-minute reinforcements as they're still getting set up here. Not a bad spot for a frost trap. As that window's already open, they're going to have to watch their rotations already, as they could be forced to pay for any mistakes that they make by running by that window. So They are going to drone it out. They do know that there are people in there. One drone gets missed, and he's not exactly sure where he went, but that frost trap just gets spotted. But they did clear out him simply just by droning it. Both Twitch drones are now down again. As Twitch is going to come on into Armory. The room itself is clear, so they're able to move in. As Blackbeard's going to rotate around to cover one of the other windows.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recovered the bomb.
As Kyanito gets a nice shot there onto Thermite, and that's the diffuser, so the diffuser is down. As Lobster's going to try to peek the same hallway. And Warrior gets taken down by Lethal Aim, and Tooth gets a nice shot onto Herposaurus. It's now a 4v3 in the attacker's favor, as Armstrong's going to continue their push here into the bomb sites. No, they do know the Ash is there. Just going to try to peek, but it's too late, as Lethal did have the advantage there to take out Kyanito. Tooth Fairy goes in through the window, but lands on a frost trap that was placed down, but Twitch is right there to pick him up. Some shots rattle pass in to be onto the Rook, not downing him, but taking him low. The frost takes out Lobster, so that's Twitch down. We have one member injured, 2 members left standing. 14 seconds left to go. The diffuser is in the objective. There goes to the takedown onto Frost, and it's down to 1 member left. He's going to have to get in there and start planting with 2 seconds left. Instead, he goes for the kills and doesn't get it, and they lose the round as he decided to go for the kills instead of getting up the teammate and doing the plant. Really, a round that Armstrong lost that they had in the bag. It was up to a 4v2 at one point, and it all just fell apart when they decided to go for kills instead of going for the plant and play safe.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So Bishop is, of course, up now 2 rounds to 1. Now remember, this match will determine what team comes out on top. Armstrong needs to win both in order to secure first place from Bishop. Bishop needs to win 1 map, and they will secure first place and going into the playoffs.
10 seconds to go.
Now the semifinals are going to take place the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And 1 week after will be our finals, where we'll determine who the champion's going to be for our Xbox One First Battalion in Tactical Gaming. As Bishop's going to go ahead and start making their push, they're going to continue to drone out some of the different areas of the map just to check for roamers.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
It looks like they're going to start a small push here into the main lobby, as well as one perhaps into small tower, as that's where Capitao is headed right now. He's going to go ahead and drone ahead for himself. Now, the only thing about droning ahead for yourself is that by the time you drone somebody out, at that point, by the time you get off the drone, get to that location, either someone's there that wasn't there before, or someone that was there moved and you are not able to get them. Just drone out. Smoke gets droned out as well, so he'll have to rotate. So he was able to push the bandit and the smoke back, so it is very effective droning. As Bandit again gets spotted in master bedroom.
Bomb located by attack.
And the shots, if that wasn't Blackbeard, he would be down right now. He did take some shots, but you can see there the damage onto the shield that came out from Mute. Still droning it out. There's 1 minute left to go. All 5 defenders alive. If Bishop doesn't push here soon, it's not going to end well for them. As KG gets a nice shot onto lethal aim as Bandit tried to move across. There comes the C4. It goes off because it actually stuck inside the window. It doesn't do any damage to Blackbeard at all. Blackbeard jumps in, but it gets taken down quickly by the Mute. As the diffuser is starting to make its way in from balcony. He's joined there by Thermite. It gets downed and taken out by Official Milk. So the attack is quickly falling apart here for Bishop. They are running out of time. They have 23 seconds left to go. 3v4 with a nice shot from Doctor onto Lobster, taking down Capcan. So it is a 3v3 now with 15 seconds left. Paragon Fury is going to come around the corner, take down the Ash. Thatcher and Capitao have a lot of work to do with not a lot of time. They are in the bomb site. They are able to get in as the defenders did rotate out. But as Capitao gets taken down, the plant does get down. Thatcher jumps out the window, and he's going to have to watch it from up here. Now there are 3 of them that are going to be able to have to find him and take him out so they can get the defuse. He knows exactly where that diffuser is.
Defender has left the designated staging area. Defender has been discovered.
He takes down 1, takes down 2. The other one's detected, so he knows where he is. He's running out of time. He's going to have to jump in that window. When he does, he's going to get taken down. So a good clutch round here, taken down right as the shots are going to rattle past. It doesn't matter what happens at this point. There's no time to defuse. Armstrong once again had a good defense set up, but once they had to rotate out of the sights, Capcan and Mute both going down to come around from underneath were not able to do so because they were because Bishop had people there waiting and stopped the rotation from going through, which left the bomb sites open for them to get in and get the plant down, securing the round even though they had the inferior numbers. And now Bishop's going to head back down into basement. They are up 3 rounds to 1 in a very pivotal round here for Armstrong. They have to win this if they want to stay alive and compete for first place heading into the playoffs.
Discovered the location of a bomb. Attackers have located a bomb. Seconds left before insertion. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
And now Armstrong's going to make their push here to take the basement bomb site. Valkyrie just got that reinforcement off before taking some shots from Garage.
Speed up and running.
Some serious drop.
One hatch is already going to be opened. They did open up the reinforcement covering the stairs. So instead of the full attack coming from B this time, they're pushing A rather with most of their members. as the Rook was already taken out. Pixel's going to have to be careful here with that hatch being open, as Thermite's already dropping down along with the Buck. They're taking over the bomb site rather quickly, as they're not having any resistance here, as they can go ahead and start the plant. Buck is taken out by Warrior. It is still a 4v3, and they have control of the bomb site. They could go ahead and plant now if they wanted to. Ash looks away just at the wrong time. It doesn't get taken out by Jaeger, but they do know that she's there with the diffuser. Now they do have a full minute left, so they're not in a rush, but they should take it while they have control of the bomb site. So the Ash charge gets taken out by the Jaeger. He does have the time now. He should be able to push on in and get the plant down. Jaeger's coming up through meeting hall. Valkyrie gets taken down by official Milk, as Frost is putting pressure on to distract while Jaeger comes around from behind. There is the Claymore there that's going to stop that from going down. Frost and Thermite actually trade. They're both downed right now. But Jaeger has to be careful with that Claymore being right there. He might get taken down, and so he's going to come around from the other side. They know where he's coming from. They're just waiting for the final push. And official and Lethal gets the kill onto Warrior to end the round, as Armstrong stays alive. Down now only 2 rounds to 3. Armstrong's going to move back their defense back down into the basement. Now, they did successfully defend basement the first time around, and almost successfully defended when they moved upstairs into dorms. Had they not had that last person rotate out of the bomb site, they would have been able to stop the plant from going down and secure the round. So some very close rounds so far have determined, and as you can tell in the score, it's still very close. Armstrong with a chance here to tie it at 3 rounds apiece with a successful defense here of the basement. So again, very standard defense being set up.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
So the attackers are going to start making their push here. Now, last time they did an all-out push onto A, but it took them a long time to deal with the roamers, and ultimately they were running out of time. Now he does spot the Jaeger there on that drone. Jaeger doesn't know he was spotted, so he doesn't know to move. So this could be a quick shot if Pixel can line it up right. As he's checking and double checking and triple checking, he does get the shots there onto Milk, as he was able to drone him and knew where he was going to be. And that's 1 roamer down already, as Pixel moves on in to take out the camera.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
The rest of the push looks like it's going to be coming into lobby, as KG's actually making his way into the big tower. So he does see the hole there in attic, so he's going to have a feeling that there's one up there waiting for him, but doesn't know exactly where. So we do have 2 pushing tower now, as Ash went up there to join in. And the last roamer does get droned out, so he's once again going to have to relocate. But he's not sure where they're going to be coming from, so could be tough for him to rotate out of there. Now they're going to go ahead and drone once again to see if he's still there, as they're closing in on all sides on that location. Now it is smoke. He's going to be able to delay them even longer, and a minute has already gone by. KG goes around and does take him out, but the roamers have done an excellent job once again of just delaying. As 43 seconds left remaining, and Paragon is able to take out the Thatcher. So they may not even be able to get this hatch open now, if it is in fact muted. And it is in fact muted, so they are going to have to push down the stairs. Now they do take out Paragon. They're all going to have to push down these stairs. They have 15 seconds left to go. There's only 2 defenders, but Lobster's actually able to take down KG. And he's going to stand up. He's going to miss the shots. He's going to take Pixel down. And Lethal gets Pixel and Doctor, and time expires. Once again, the roamers were able to delay them down to 45 seconds left in the round. And with that much time, and you're all funneling down one location, even with just 2 defenders, it's not going to be enough. You have to get down, and you'd have to get instant headshots on both of those defenders. And it just didn't happen. Once that Blackbeard went down, the attack was pretty much dead. Yes, they were able to get by. Yes, they were able to start the plant, but then you have that second defender that you have to worry about, who's then going to completely kill off the attack. So we're tied up now at 3 rounds apiece. Here we are, our top 2 squads going at it head-to-head, and this could very well be a preview of the finals. I know there's some other squads that would have something to say about that, but as of right now, this is a very, very well-balanced match, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of these squads can bring us through the rest of the night.
Attackers have located the bomb. To insertion. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse the bomb.
Drone's ready.
And so we do have another basement defense here from Bishop. They weren't successful last time around, but they're going to try to do it again this time. SKG runs by the drone, heading down into the basement.
Drone deployed.
As they do have a decent push coming from both directions now. A little bit more balance than their first time around. As KG's thinking about peeking, Lobster actually looks away, leaving himself exposed to that site. He should see the legs there. And he does get the shots there on the KG, as KG decided to go for, I'm not sure, either a smoke or an impact grenade. I'm not sure exactly what he was trying there, but it ended up costing him his life. And that's a big player down for this defense. As the hatch is going to get thermited from Meeting Hall, giving them an access into B site. It's not the most key hatch to open up, but it does give you that option in case you need to get to a late round push. Now they are running a little bit low on time as they have 1 minute remaining. because they're going to have to blindly drop here into the site to make a push.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
As Thermite does quickly get taken out by the Jaeger, but Paragon trades down and takes down the mute. 45 seconds left to go. They're gonna drone one more time just to make sure that certain things are clear, but Blackbeard gets taken down by the Jaeger as well, as the grenade goes in and actually downs Jaeger. And Valkyrie's just waiting to make sure it's safe before picking him up. Incendiary is going to be close, but it's not going to do any damage. There's only 15 seconds left. It's going to have to get in and start planting. But he runs out of the room with it and actually gets taken out by his own incendiary arrow, and that's going to cost them the round. As the Ashe is in and she is planting, they're not sure exactly where she is. She's going to get it down, but not in time, as Pixel comes around and takes down Lethal from the other side. So that does put Bishop up on match point here, as Armstrong's going to make their final stand here on defense. Now they're not going to be able to do it down in basement as they successfully defended it. So it looks like they are going to move back up into dorms, where they should have won their defensive round that time around, but made some bad judgments late in the round that ended up costing them.
Seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers' objective is to defuse the bomb.
Pixel is going to see that Valkyrie can get thrown out and tries to take out the Valkyrie. Takes her down to about 5 health. So that's big start. It really wasn't worth reinforcing, as the camera already gets taken out and the reinforcement will be down momentarily.
Bomb located by attackers.
As KG begins his push, he's going to drone, see that there is in fact one in tower, and he's going to try to get his drone out of there alive. He's actually going to make his push here into master bedroom. So he's going to drone that out first, making sure it is in fact safe. He does see that it is electrified, so he's probably going to call for the Thatcher to come over to take care of that as well. As he's going to drone around. See that Jaeger is in armory. Another good call out that's going to come from there, as here comes the Thatcher. And here's going to come the Thermite into A. Bishop with a very good strategy here in place to take the map and move us on to Clubhouse. But KG does get taken out by Official Milk with a nice angle from Armory. Now he knew the Jaeger was in there. It looks like he actually decided to push him, and it did not go so well for KG. Paragon's at low health there. He's going to take some damage there from Blackbeard. As it has 45 seconds left, and once again, Bishop is failing to take care of the roamers as Lethal's trying to play the peak game with Pixel.
Attackers activating diffuser.
But the diffuser actually goes down from the Thatcher. But Lobster gets a nice shot there onto Pixel. They don't know where the diffuser got planted, as they're all pushing to take out this Blackbeard. There's two left. There's two attackers left. Doctor's here coming from small towers, gonna make a push and to come in behind them to try to take them out from behind. Lobster does take out Thatcher. They're on the diffuser. But Paragon does get taken out.
Defenders eliminated.
And Doctor with the clutch. Taking down Paragon and Lethal to win the map for Bishop Squad. 5 rounds to 3. A very good outing once again from Bishop Squad. Armstrong definitely put up a fight, but that's going to cement Bishop in first place for the regular season moving into the playoffs, which again will be starting the first weekend in December. Without further ado, we're going to get started here quickly on our second map once everyone's all set and ready to go. And now again, Armstrong can still take second place. They are fighting with a couple other squads there for second place. But again, a win here, even a draw here with Bishop Squad will allow them to do something no other squad was able to do, and that's beat Bishop Squad on a map. I'm just going to wait here for a few more players to ready up. And while that's going on, we'll go ahead and check in on our other game that's being streamed as well. We're just waiting for KG here to ready up. Now it looks like they are still on their first map. And Raven Shield, it looks like they're beating Lockdown. And they're up 3 rounds to 0 currently. And Raven Shield and Lockdown are fighting with Armstrong for second place. So it's all going to see as to how the matches play out tonight, and then a couple of makeup matches that need to get played out next weekend, which will also be streamed. And I'm sorry, not Raven Shield. Have to take a look. As it's Lone Wolf that's actually up right now. And they just went up 4 rounds to 0, I believe. They're playing Plane and House today, as they are having some disconnect issues over there as well. Thankfully, we haven't had too many issues on our end. So Bishop Squad is going to be starting on defense once again. They're going to be going down in a church and arsenal room. Again, where most teams will start their defenses on this map when given the choice. Now, they are bringing a Frost to the table, which it's not the best bomb site for a Frost. But it is, of course, a great bomb site for Pulse and Smoke.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Time to armor up.
Let's take a look at where they're going to hide these frost traps.
Setting barbed wire.
Attackers have
As
discovered
it looks like one's down there at the end of the ladder. We're going to have a second one here in blue tunnel.
attackers.
Setting up.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left.
And we might have
Bomb diffuser.
KG here going for a quick peek. Hole is open, and they do have thermite spawning there. So he's going to see if he can take out the thermite, as thermite pulls the corner, and he should be able to. Does get some shots on, does a little bit of damage, but is not able to take him out, and thermite's going to get around. As Smoke's then going to retreat back down into basement. Went for the quick peek, wasn't able to get it. And this is a bomb site where you have a standard 5-man defense. The attackers are going to start to make their way in here to kitchen. We do have the pulse there underneath waiting to go. We do have a downed member on defense. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. There were no attackers anywhere near. And Pulse, with the C4, takes out the thermite from below. And that's why you don't usually see people go for that hatch. As thermite wasn't able to open up any of the other hatches in the meantime as well, the push is going to have to come from a different location. Lobster does get the shots there, takes out Pixel with a grenade to finish him off, and a beautiful headshot there onto KG. Lobster is on fire once again tonight. He had a great week last week, and he's starting to have a great week again tonight. As he does take down 2 of the better members of Bishop's squad. They're all pretty good. But they took out the 2 leaders. The fuse charges are going to come down into B site. They're going to finish the drone. Lobster does get taken down by Doctor. So it is a 3v3, 50 seconds left. They're going to have to make a push here, as both Pulse and Jaeger did get spotted there on that drone. Fuse was down, but did get revived by the Ash as the Rook got taken down. And then the quick shots there onto Warrior. Paragon takes him out. Tooth takes down Herb. And Armstrong wins the attack onto Clubhouse. And now it'll be Armstrong's turn to set up the defense down in Church Arsenal Room. Pretty standard, probably what would be considered the new Fab 5. Of course, initially it used to be Twitch and Sledge instead of Capital and Blackbeard.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And of course, we will have the new DLC coming out for Rainbow Six this Thursday. The 2 new operators for Season Pass holders and the new map, of course, for everybody. Now, as our season will not have finished before that occurs, the remainder of the tournament, those operators and map will be banned until the end of our tournament. Once the tournament is completed, of course, we'll be setting up for our next season of our Rainbow Six League here on Xbox.
5 seconds to insertion.
And that, of course, will allow any DLC content that's out at the time.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb. Attackers have located a bomb.
As they're looking here to open up tunnel. Now, usually we'll see a 5-man defense here, but it looks like they are going to want to run one roamer here for Armstrong. As Blackbeard starts to make a push down, he does down Lobster. Not able to finish him off, as Tooth Fairy is going to get the smoke there to be able to go ahead and get Lobster up. And they're going to go ahead and retreat back into the bomb site. So it was a bit of a risky play to have the Valkyrie there. Might have been trying to go for the C4. But it only ended up costing the Valkyrie about 50 health. But Warrior is able to take out the one roamer that they did have. So that is Jaeger down in the pool room. As Ash and Blackbeard are going to be pushing here from tunnel. The rest of the push will be coming from above. And down main stairs. Now there's no one pushing blue right now. That being blue tunnel that runs under garage. They're still going ahead and droning. Pixel with a knife kill in garage. I'm sorry, Lethal getting Pixel with a knife kill from garage. Lethal does like to wait here, and he is going to get droned out, so he's going to have to drop back down into blue tunnel. As Capitao was going to be their only push coming from blue. Ash was holding a nice angle there, waiting for him to get there as the call came out that he dropped. They knew he was going to be coming that way, but he did miss the shots there onto Bandit. And is going to have to reposition. It looks like Blackbeard's going to come around to be the blue tunnel push now, but with 28 seconds left to go, this is carrying over from Oregon, where Bishop's just having a slow push today. Usually we don't see this. Usually they're able to push rather quickly. The shots come out from Bandit, taking out KG, as Ash comes running across the bomb site to take down and Doctor was on fire. He was the last one standing. He came running around to take down the Bandit, was able to take out the Valkyrie as well. So he did have a nice set of kills there, but without any time, without any teammates, and without the diffuser, was not able to secure the round for Bishop, as Armstrong goes up 2 rounds to 0.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now they do have a Montaigne there for Bishop. I'm not sure if they thought it was going to be Bar.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Cam in position.
Which actually I do believe it should be. So we...
10 seconds to go.
Oh no, I do apologize. Okay. I'm not sure if Armstrong expected it to be Bar. But they did succeed with their attack. So I'm not sure why they're bringing a Montaigne here and changing up their attack. Unless they were planning on going for a Montaigne plant and supply room. Now they do have one roamer here who they are going to have to deal with. As the Buck is already starting to push down into blue tunnel. He's going to get there. He's having a hard time taking that down. But here comes the Montaigne pushing down blue tunnel. They do have a few down there in garage if KG does want to come up behind them. He does have plenty of time. There is also one on a drone as well. as he sees the last one drop down. Lobster does kill Doctor. And that's the Rook gone. But the Thermite gets taken down by Warrior. And KG behind them now is going to be able to pick them off one at a time. But it's actually going to get flanked there by the Fuse. As Lobster does get finished off, but Fuse is then going to down KG and take him down. So the defenders are down to 2 members. Bishop, now of course the attackers are down very low health. So this round is not even close to being over yet. As it's 2v3, but the defenders are both at full health. You have Valkyrie and Pulse. 1 C4 remaining for the Montaigne as well. 1 minute left to go. However, a Fuse charge right now would be devastating. I'm not sure exactly what Fuse is thinking right now. But with the Thermite gone, he's running out of options as to where he's going to go. As the Pulse gets a Tooth Fairy gets a headshot onto Pulse, they're going to be able to push in and plan an A here, and Valkyrie's got a lot of work to do. Now she does have the C4. And there's the Fuse. So Fuse is down. A lot of work to do. The plant still needs to go down. With 10 seconds left to go. There's the plant. The plant is going through. But Tooth Fairy sees Pixel coming through the hole with the C4 and is able to pick him off in the head, taking Armstrong up 3 rounds to 0 over Bishop. Again, Bishop has never lost a map. Big round coming up here for Armstrong. If they can secure 1 more round, it'll put them on match point against a team that's never been beaten on a map. Oregon, of course, went to overtime with Bishop's squad taking it 6 rounds to 4. I'm sorry, it did not go to overtime, but Bishop was able to secure the win 5 rounds to 3.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Attackers have located a bomb.
Now, of course, this will be a much harder bomb site to hold than downstairs in the basement. But if they can pull off a successful defense here, it'll put them on match point to take the map.
Left. New feed active. 5 seconds to insertion. Loading new magazine. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Jaeger comes outside to try to get a quick takedown on the Blackbeard. Does get some damage onto him, and Doctor does trade some damage back onto the Jaeger as well, but the Jaeger's able to retreat for a moment before Blackbeard comes around the corner to finish him off. Blackbeard is at very low health, so he's going to rappel up to the top, jump off to get reset. And Lobster gets taken down as a spray comes through the door. Much better attack here coming around from Bishop's squad than in the past few rounds. As the Blackbeard did go ahead and get reset. They have all 5 members versus 3 defenders now. But the Blackbeard got reset and was taken out. The second he turned the corner and was taken down by Tooth Fairy. But the push is coming through from Strip Club, and they were able to take down the reinforced walls as some shots are coming through now. As the Rook is starting to push into Strip Club to try to push them back. The second he turns the corner here, he's going to get taken down, as there's two there, not one. And it's now a 2v4. He's going to go ahead and drone now, see where the bandit is. They know it's safe to push in. The bandit's actually going to peek, see the feet. He's going to take down the Thatcher, but gets down for it himself. As Tooth Fairy picks off Pixel as well. If he's able to take down the Ash, which he does, he's going to be able to get around, possibly pick up his teammate, but he's low health himself.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
As Herp peeks the corner, takes down Tooth Fairy to secure the round for Bishop to keep them alive in this match. So Bishop's going to try for the third time to successfully defend the basement. They haven't been able to do so yet.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Stay clear of ATS line of fire. 10 seconds remaining. Bomb located by attackers. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
And here comes the attack now from Armstrong, as they're going to go ahead and push through to launch their attack, which has been very successful so far. Let's see if Bishop has done anything to counter the attack. And with a good start there, they've taken out the buck that has devastated them coming into that blue tunnel. As that Jaeger was waiting for them there in garage, knowing that the push was going to come from there. That's where the buck was going to come from. He's come in there, he's been able to take out 2 or 3 of them, so that's a huge takedown for Bishop's squad. They know that's where the buck was coming from, so they countered it. Now, I'm not sure I'd still be staying there as the Jaeger, but he's going to see if he can maybe pick off another one. As the drone comes on through, doesn't bother to look up.
Drone is ready to go.
But they do have tunnel open behind Pixel.
Drone spinning up.
And he doesn't even know it's open. And he's going to get some shots on. They do trade, and they're both down. Pixel's going to crawl away, but he's going to get taken down by Lethal Aim, and they're going to pick up the Blackbeard. So the smokes do come on through to slow down the push. With 1:30 left to go, Armstrong now is pushing rather slowly, as that buck was not able to provide any support from blue, and no one's gone over there to take his place yet. Here comes the Jaeger. He's coming around for the flank. Lethal had the shot lined up, but missed all of the shots onto him, doing maybe 5 damage to him, but he's able to line up the headshot and take him down. Blackbeard's going to peek the corner. Again, getting the shots onto Jaeger, but not getting the vital shots, and now he's low. As Kainu is going to push up the stairs, take down the Blackbeard, and now it's all on the Thermite. As Warrior pushes outside to come into the tunnel, Thermite knew he was coming, but was not able to get the shot lined up in time. And Bishop is not going to go quietly into the night. Now Armstrong is going to be able to go back down here into basement where they have successfully defended. And see if they can start getting back on the winning path. As they were up 3 rounds to 0, and now Bishop is coming back in the last 2 rounds. Armstrong is going to have to do something here to stop that momentum from fully swinging in the other direction if they want to take a map from Bishop and be the first squad to do so.
Being defused by attackers.
Now they are bringing a castle to the table this time, which they did not have the first time around. Now they did successfully defend, so I'm not sure why you would want to change anything up on your strategy unless you have a feeling as to what they're going to change on their strategy.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
As they
left.
are getting a nice look at the defense setup there, and that kill hole being made upstairs.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Getting some
Attackers
late
are heading out to
hatches.
defuse a bomb.
Now last time they did have a roamer upstairs who wasn't able to get much done before getting taken out. It doesn't look like he's going to have much luck this time either, as no one spawned on the location he was watching. And he did just get droned out. But he's going to drop down into safety before getting pushed, as Blackbeard was just a little too slow coming around for the push. And Ash wasn't able to open up the door in time. Now this hatch here wasn't reinforced, so Blackbeard's going to go ahead and be able to open that one up. But again, the Jaeger was able to get back into the bomb site. Now this time around with no pulse, the Thermite is able to get the hatch opened and actually takes down the Jaeger. They brought a castle this time instead of a pulse. And Thermite was able to get the hatch open.
Located a bomb.
That was a big push coming here from Blue Tunnel. This Lobster's going to retreat a little bit and not be completely safe. Peek out a little bit, and Blackbeard's going to make him pay for that. So it's now a 3v5 here on defense, and things are really falling apart here. Blackbeard is, Thermite is taken down by the castle. But the shots are not going to be able to come through to finish him off. As the Blackbeard has pushed into the B site and is able to take control of it. He's going to try to get the shots there onto Lethal.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
As he does see the smoke there as well. Didn't see him retreat by, so he's waiting to see if he comes back that direction. And the shots come out. The plant is going down. As smoke jumps on through, he's not going to be able to do much. It all comes down to Lethal, who misses the shots onto Dr. Maze, who is able to finish him off. And we just went from a 3-0 deficit to a 3-all. And now we have to anticipate that Bishop will be going into the bar site. But right now it's set for random, okay? And there we go, bar stock room to set up, as they already most recently successfully defended the basement site. They're not able to go there. So they're gonna have to go upstairs
Attackers
into
need
the
to
bar.
locate and defuse bombs.
Now this is where the tide shifted for Bishop into their favor when Armstrong was trying to defend this bomb site. Armstrong's going to be looking to do the same thing to Bishop.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 10 seconds to go. Armor up. 5 seconds to go. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. ADS deployed and ready to go. Explosive ammunition!
Deploying sensor.
So you do have Pulse here, but he's not actually going to be able to pick up any of these heartbeats yet, as they're still a little too far away. And Lobster actually peeks out at the right time, but KG misses all the shots onto him, and KG's then going to retreat into garage, where he's going to try a wall bang from a different spot. The Thermite's going to drone out from up above instead of actually opening up that wall next to bar. And he's going to jump outside now to take care of that. As the fuse charge is going to drop down onto bar. Kayanito's, if he would have looked outside, would have saw Thermite dropping.
Scanning.
But instead heads over. Does find 1, 2 in Strip Club. Does throw the C4, but Fuse is able to get some shots there onto Pulse. It sends another Fuse charge down to the room, but Tooth Fairy is actually takes out 2 members really quick, Doctor and Warrior. And the diffuser gets planted very quickly next to the pool table. As KG takes down Official, Herb takes down Paragon, Tooth takes down Pixel, Lobster takes down Herb. And now it's all up to KG. He's got no C4 left. Push is coming down. Right into Lobster's shotgun. I'm sorry, he has the TMR. And this puts Armstrong on match point. And they are on defense. If they can pull off the defense in Church, they will be the first squad to take Bishop down on a map. It looks like Lockdown's trying to make a comeback here on our other game that's being streamed by Gringo. Lockdown is trying to make a comeback here against Lone Wolf. So here we go.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Bishop needs to win this to keep their perfect record alive. Armstrong needs to win this to pull off the upset.
About grenades now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Looks like there'll be no roamer this time. They're not taking any chances.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Now again, they didn't bring the pulse back this time. They're still running with the castle instead. So Thermite will have a clean shot at that hatch.
Drone ready.
they're not even going to have anybody sitting in blue tunnel. They're just going to cancel it off. Not the best decision, I don't think, in my opinion. As they're now going to have free access to blue tunnel, they're going to go ahead and blow open the hatch. And they're already getting ready to blow the hatch here in kitchen. That's going to get opened. And the smokes are going to go out just to slow them down a bit and make sure that people have a chance to get to a safe position. But Herb gets a quick shot on the Paragon, and there's the castle. Blackbeard taking down Lethal Aim from a distance, as he was up there trying to peek that hole on Rook. And the rest of the team's going to drop down here as they're going to try to push in to B bomb site.
Drone activated.
Thermite's going to plant the charge. They are going to be opened up into bar now.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
KG gets taken out from Tooth Fairy from the side angle as he makes a quick kill hole. And a nice shot onto Herp as well. Sees the Capitao, but the Valkyrie gets in the way, gets taken down. Tooth Fairy, another headshot. That pocket sniper rifle is going to work. That's 3 kills already as one's coming up from above. He's going to go ahead and have to plant. Tooth Fairy himself is just dismantling this attack one person at a time.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers dropped the diffuser.
As Official Milk takes down the Ash, and now it's all up to this Thatcher. And Smoke knows where he is. He can hear the footsteps above him. He's just going to wait for him to peek his corner, or peek his head around the corner. 15 seconds left. He's not going to be able to get down there in time, and Armstrong is going to be the first team to successfully defend a match.
5 seconds left.
Diffuser is going to come down. Tooth Fairy is going to come around.
Operators
He's going to
have
pull off the
run out of
diffuser.
time.
Bishop has lost their first map in a draw with Armstrong. So Bishop will still go ahead and secure first place. As Armstrong is able to secure 1 point out of the meeting. Next week we'll be having some makeup matches. Lone Wolf had to postpone a couple of matches, so we're going to replay those next week. So please tune in for that. Once those are done and completed, we'll be able to announce our final schedule for the semifinals and the finals. We have a couple of games. We have our off-stream game that's still going on, or our other stream game, which is still on their first map. They've had some connection issues tonight. So I want to thank you all for joining. I hope you had a great time. See you next week. If you are interested in joining Tactical Gaming, you can go ahead and click on the link there below on my profile. Just go ahead and click on that picture. It'll bring you out to an application. You can go ahead and sign up. We do have over 150 Rainbow Six members spread out through PC, Xbox, and PS4. We do support all the platforms. So if you like Rainbow Six and you want to have a good team to play with, make some new friends, and have a good time, feel free to go ahead and put out an application to join into on Tactical Gaming. We'll get you in, and we'll get you into one of these squads that you've been seeing here compete over the last 5 weeks. That's about all it for us tonight. So I do want to thank everyone for watching. Have a great night. See you next week. Master Vrago checking out.